Blessed be the name of the Lord. This is Pastor Michael from God is Enough Ministry, a division of Life Application, Apostolic Bible Church. I present it to you once again. May you continue to flourish in the mercies of God, and may His grace and countenance continue to shine upon you. Well, today we will share the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1 to 23. Matthew 2, verse 1 to 23. Before we go into the words, do please join me on YouTube through Pastor Mike TV, and also on Facebook, and do please subscribe. Well, the topic for today is, who can battle the Messiah? Who can battle the Messiah? Well, God is the ruler of nations. God has power and might in His hands. God is the creator of the universe and all that is in it, as we all know. Therefore, all clarity shows that what? All clarity shows that we must at all times be in His presence if we are to be guarded. We must at all times be in His presence. Yes. God has all powers because all powers belongs to Him and Him alone. When you seek and abide in God, peace, joy, and victory will never elude you. I repeat that again. When you seek and abide in God, joy, power, and what? And victory will never elude you. Will never elude you. Therefore, the book of Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20 stated that the power of God is the power that is in us. That's incredible. The power of God is the power that resides in us. The power that works in us. Therefore, the power is able to do what? The power is able to do the works. That is, to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we seek or think. If that be the case, who can go against the Lord? That is, who can battle with the Lord? There's none. Be rest assured that your enemy is God's enemy. Your enemy is God's enemy. Since they challenge you, they have challenged God. Therefore, be rest assured that the fire of God that goes ahead of him is able the fire of God that goes ahead of him will do what? That fire is able to consume and destroy and defeat the crafty counsel of your enemies. However, do not remain ignorant and continue to subject yourself at the mercy of your enemy, or to subject yourself at the mercy of your adversary. Adversaries, crafty counsel. They thought they know God, but were absolutely blind to their own atrocities that they committed. Therefore, you are to watch and pray. You are to watch and pray always until God makes your enemy a footstool for your feet. This means you will do what? You will rule in the midst of your enemies. You will rule in the midst of your enemies. Why? Because God has subjected them. That is, subjected your enemies under your feet. So how do you rule in the midst of your enemies? Well, only by not letting your guards down. By not letting your guards down. This means, as Christians, you must erase that dream of ease. You must erase totally that dream of ease. That all is perfectly okay. Why is this? Because you are in the midst of foe. Christians, you are in the midst of foes. The word foes there simply means enemies. You are in the midst of enemies. Remember, enemies are raging around us to do what? To keep God from being what? From being glorified. There are some wicked kings in the Bible. There are some wicked kings in the Bible, such as Ahab, who literally murdered Naboth and condones Jezebel's influence on religious policies. Well, Ahab is God's enemy. Ahab is God's enemy. Also, we have Herod the king. They also call him Herod the Great. Herod the king of Judea, who was baby Jesus, that is Christ, the Messiah's number one enemy. Yes, he was Christ's number one enemy. He was bewildered that a greater King of Kings was born. Herod gave orders to slaughter or kill all male children from the age of 2 and under. From the age of 2 and under. In the town of Bethlehem and its environs. Anyway, Herod gave this order, believing by the end, Christ will have been killed. The scripture instructed us to do what? The scripture instructed you. You should resist the devil, and the devil will flee from you. But if you resist the devil, the word resist there simply means to abstain from the devil. If you resist the devil and the devil did not flee from you, then you flee from the devil. Flee from the devil. Herod was a wicked man who killed 2 of his sons, who killed a couple of his wives, who killed father-in-law. He also killed many children. Therefore, his hope was that Jesus, the King of Kings, they proclaimed, would have been killed as well. But the scripture says, if God be for us, who can be against us? Herod was a psychopath, as we can see. He had no mercy. Therefore, if God be for us, who can be against us? God appeared to who? To the wise men, not to go back to Herod. Why? Because Herod was expecting a feedback of how to locate Christ from them. So the Lord appeared to them in dream, never to go back to Herod. Well, God moved in his own ways. At the same time, God moved Joseph and his family to Egypt. God moved Joseph and his family to Egypt until the death of Herod. So when Herod died, they had the intention of going back to Bethlehem, but God said no. If God be for us, who can be against us? Why? God moved them the second time to Nazareth. God moved them to Nazareth in Galilee. Why? Because the son of Herod, by the name Archelaus, had become king. And as we know, like father, like son. For this is a wicked generation. Therefore, God kept them in Nazareth. Therefore, the question now is, who needs enemies? Who needs enemies? And therefore, brethren, who can battle with the Messiah? I don't think we've ever found one. Who can battle with the Lord? Nobody. Nobody. Well, brethren, I'll stop right here for now until next time when we shall meet again. But do please remember that God is absolutely enough for you at all times. And do please remain blessed.
Before you leave, here's what's new at God is Enough Ministry. We see that many of you have questions after viewing our videos. So here is your opportunity to ask your questions regarding any of our topics by sending an email to pastormiketvnow@gmail.com. Thank you. And as always, please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video with your family and friends. Thank you for watching. See you next week, Sunday.